So Smackdown happened. It is time for your Smackdown review, ya hi. Um, alright, so yeah, this show, I'll be honest with you, man, this show was not that good. It was just not good. I mean, it was great to see Cena there. It was great to see that WWE actually utilized Cena and Cody and whatever. They actually utilized Cena with his 11 dates left. That they utilized him throughout the show somewhat. I do like that. I like that WWE, they utilized Cena. They had him the opening of the show. They even had him the ending of the show. If this is what basically babyface John Cena is supposed to be, then hell yeah. Okay, maybe we should have had this all along. Maybe John Cena should have never been a fucking heel. I might do a video. A video soon about how like John Cena's heel turn must have been a failure. All right. So yeah, we're gonna basically talk about that. I mean, cause be honest with you, man. John Cena's heel turn. There probably was no reason for it. Okay, it was just for a freaking pop, which just looks like what they did with Lesnar too. And Lesnar was not on the fucking show. And it's so fucking stupid because Lesnar is from Canada. I mean, he's from Minneapolis, Minnesota, but he lives currently in freaking Canada, and he was not on the fucking show. How does that make any fucking sense when you are booking a show? It's not even gonna be like a long flight to fucking fly his ass. You could have utilized the time, like, hey, Lesnar, WWE's coming to Canada. How about we call you up to appear on this show? Is that not what they thought they could have done? Like, where's the logic in this? Lesnar is from fucking Canada. He's from Saskatchewan, right? Where he lives currently. And they couldn't have brought him to the fucking show? And no follow-up from fucking SummerSlam? So basically, you're just proving with SummerSlam was just a cheap fucking pop. Just like with the John Cena fucking heel turn. Like, enough with it. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it was great seeing Lesnar at SummerSlam. SummerSlam as a fucking show was good. The build sucked. But for God's sakes, this is the fucking problem. So basically what they're doing now is they're basically doing what they did back in 2021 with Lesnar when he came out to confront Roman. It's basically the same shit where they're going to probably wait till like, what, Crown Jewel? To probably freaking... I mean, Crown Jewel's not even a Saudi pay-per-view anymore. So what, they're going to bring him for Australia? What, they're going to bring him for God knows what? You're waiting till like a bigger show. So Grace basically saying fuck you to the fans for Paris, which is what a match that people thought was gonna happen at Paris, because instead we're gonna basically get now John Cena and Logan Paul. And I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining about John Cena versus Logan Paul. I do believe that match was gonna happen regardless. I do think that match will actually be a very good match. And it's something that definitely they should be doing based on what happened with their little dissension a few months ago. So I like that they're following up on that. And I have no problem for them doing that match at Paris. But what sense does it make when literally Brock Lesnar just came back and attacked John Cena and you're easily not doing a match based on that? Like, I don't get it. You know what I mean? So that's the problem. Like, you're just going you're basically do one thing and just to lead up to the future. It's just kind of stupid. You know what I mean, folks? Like, really, we have to wait now to, like, when Lesnar comes back, whenever they want him to come back, to basically do that match now. Unless that's going to be John Cena's last opponent, which I have no problem with. I really don't. It's just the problem is, like, where is the reason? What's the story? You got to explain that little story of why you attacked fucking John Cena. And I don't like that they just basically now doing that for a pop. Proving that there's like, which I was worried of. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna, whatever. John Cena came out. I'm happy that he appeared. And it was definitely like kind of old school John Cena. It was old school John Cena. It's, Cena's back to being officially a babyface. I like it. I think that honestly, we don't want to boo Cena. It should just be John Cena as how he is. He said, man, we have been a long way that, that for the longest time, Dummy's been afraid of coming to Montreal. Why? There's no secret that you know what to talk about. There's a lot of history in this building, right? What I'm talking about. They were afraid because they thought the audience, would hijack the show. I don't like that John Cena mentioned that. I mean, it's great that he's pairing the crowd, even though that's what he typically does. But it's just, it's annoying because, for the people watching at home. But then you're kind of like enforcing the crowd to basically do that, which is stupid. So he shouldn't have said that, but whatever. I've never been afraid of that because I always know the audience is the show. And if you're watching at home, sometimes you gotta let them go. And I know you wish you were here. And I could see that and why W was afraid. Because every night I meet, look around. There are people everywhere. The noise of the fainting. I can barely hear myself talk, and you can feel the energy at home through your TV screens. So imagine being somebody back there trying to plan a show around you guys, or maybe somebody standing here. Sometimes it's gonna be scary when you start singing. They say ole ole ole. So some performers might be scared, they might be afraid, but they might say, "What do I do?" If there's one thing you have taught me over the years, one thing is to be very grateful for. It's even though I may be afraid, I face my fears head on. I lean into the cold like hell, and I let you sing, and let you do your thing. Embrace every single moment of it, because trust me, it doesn't last forever. I'm coming here over 2 decades, and I share many, many valuable moments in this ring. Man, thank you. You guys know that. After tonight, I got 11 of these left. I'm starting to understand that. And I want to let you know that as far as I'm being afraid, every single time the day goes by, I get even more afraid. And I thank you for that. I want to lean into this for a second because it's important to get off my chest. You guys have put up for a while, and I want to leave you with honesty and vulnerability. I'm afraid that no matter how much I give you in this limited time, it will never be enough, and I'm going to let you down. I'm also admit that I'm afraid that after I'm gone, that WWE moves on as it should, you guys will forget about me. There's all these fears on my mind. Heck, even I'm afraid of Brock Lesnar. And the fans boo. I don't know what the universe would universe me right now would actually pick Brock Lesnar as opponent, kind of referencing to like backstage politics or whatever. But you and I've known each other for a long time and know that there's no universe that will never back down from Brock Lesnar. Am I afraid? Yes. Am I afraid? Hell yes. I'm afraid that Brock Lesnar just got himself a John Cena problem. I am afraid that every single WWE superstar just got themselves a big old John Cena problem. Time is winding down, and if you saw SummerSlam, you know that I'm not going down without a fight. So Brock Lesnar, when you want some, come get some. And anyone's brave enough to walk in the aisle and stand in this canvas to face the last real champion, you know, and I plan going down, gun blazing, the last time is now. If you want some, come get some. John Cena did get referred to like as his same kind of heelish entrance, but he was like instead was like a babyface way, like, you know, ladies and gentlemen, allowed to introduce the Never Seen 17, the welcoming, basically, instead of like, you know, honor, like, you guys bow down or whatever, it's like honoring and celebrating, honoring you guys for the last time. Basically, he's gonna be honoring the fans now, which, you know, why not? That's a good thing. But yeah, so John Cena, so we would expect, like, maybe what is it, Lesnar? I mean, Lesnar's not coming out, but it's gonna be somebody, right? So with this promo, it felt like basically a somewhat mini retirement promo, which, you know, it makes it feel like, wow, maybe like SummerSlam like probably is the best way to go away, you know, like, because there's nothing gonna, like, honestly, a match like that is probably perfect to retire, you know, but you know, he did cut like a somewhat like a last, it felt like a retirement promo for sure. So, but regardless, it was definitely a good promo. You know, honoring the fans but the thing is, like, the only problem is he never really got into much of Brock Lesnar. You know, like, why didn't he freaking, like, you know, he like, yo, I'm wondering why Brock Lesnar attacked me. You know, you could have mentioned like, hey, I have a long history with that man. Well, you know, if you want some, Lesnar, come get some. I hope you appear tonight or whatever. They should have had Lesnar appeared, even towards the main event. You know, especially, like, I just don't think it makes any sense, like, why Lesnar did not show up on this show. It just really didn't. But whatever. So who appeared? Was so who appeared to interrupt or whatever? It was Logan Paul, and I have no problem with this. I know some of the smarks are like, well, really, they're wasting a Logan Paul appearance, a Logan Paul match with Logan Paul. I mean, some people were like hoping him versus AJ Styles. I mean, again, John Cena, if he was the WWE champ, I mean, first of all, I still wish that Cena was champion. I felt like it would have been much better, sure. And I think that would make much more sense, to do all these things and why Lesnar would have attacked him, right? But again, like Logan Paul, sure, But like the thing is, yeah, John Cena and Logan Paul never even had a match, so why not? It's not a big deal, and I do think that match is gonna be it's gonna be definitely one of Logan Paul's best matches. Logan Paul. I mean, Cena even said it, and they actually mentioned this, so whatever. Like, how Logan Paul does WWE better than a lot of people. So what's the fucking point? Who fucking cares? Logan Paul then says, John, stop, hear me out. Whatever this is, whatever version of this is you, it's making me sick. Hey, I respect you, John. I really do. I really did, but now I don't even know Montreal. Y'all whining about at least Logan Paul never switches up. John Cena say, whoa, easy, man. You just made the biggest mistake of your life. And then Logan Paul then says, we see about that, John. Let me tell you something. You don't know who you are. These people don't know who you are. I've been real since day one. And whether you like it or not, John Cena said himself, Logan Paul does WWE better than a lot of professional wrestlers. And that includes you. Then Cena's like, oh, hold on. You may be right about that. I said that. Logan Paul is better than any professional wrestler, including myself. So even like John Cena's like humble to say like, yeah, he's better than me. I also would like to say that Logan Paul is the biggest dumbass I've seen in my life. Then Logan says, John Cena's a liar. He comes out here, he says whatever he wants, the pod tells him to say. He says Montreal is the show. False. I am the show. And John Cena, you turned into a charity case. You out here giving matches. Well, how about this? Well, John, I want one. John Cena's like, well, you want a match? Yeah, I will love a match with you, John Cena. John Cena, Logan Paul, and John Cena. Oh man, that sounds pretty damn good. Be careful what you wish for. You want to match me? How does that sound? And then Logan Paul says, yeah, I'm damn sure. John Cena, Montreal. How's that sound? Logan Paul versus John Cena, beautiful French-speaking country, right in the middle of France. Basically, kind of bashing the fans of Montreal because they bash like they talk French, and then they kind of like cock tease the fan, and then like, oh, get it, you guys don't need this match, you guys don't deserve this. This is Cena and Paul clash in Paris. That's a box office, that's headline. So I have no problem this match happening in Paris, right? And the only thing, like, yeah, like, you kind of just saying fuck you to the fans. It's like that's how you lose interest, because like you're basically saying, hey, these fans don't deserve it. What I would have rather done is like they should have instead wait to like, I don't know, make this match official later on in the show, because what they did is I did like that they eventually turned this to like a tag match. Like McIntyre then attacks Cena from behind, then McIntyre Paul attacks Cena, then Cody Rhodes storms the ring. I thought this was gonna be like Randy Orton saving it, but I'm kind of okay with it, because this means like McIntyre is gonna probably face Cody for the title, which I have no problem with that. Whatever. Anyways. Cena comes up, says, Logan Paul versus John Cena, clash in Paris, I accept. But I see you guys want to fight. It seems like I have a partner. Logan Paul, Drew McIntyre versus Cody Rhodes, John Cena tonight. The champ is here. He referring to Cody Rhodes and to celebrate. So I'm happy, like, this leads to like a tag match. You have something to look forward to in the end of the show, which is actually like, a match that makes people want to see somewhat. So it's like, hey, do you have a watchable main event? So I have no problem with it. I just wish, like, if you're going to tease a match with Paris, maybe this should have been, like, a stipulations. Like, maybe, like, hey, whatever. Like, there should be some stakes involved. Like, the winner gets whatever. Maybe if McIntyre was to, like, win, even, like, hey, if McIntyre pins Cody or wins the match, he would easily get a title. Like, there should be some stakes involved, Like, any, like, ideas. Like, whoever wins, what do they get, Does Cody Rhodes, if Cody Rhodes and Cena wins, they choose to do whatever. Cena gets to choose something, a match in the future. He'll choose if he does face Logan Paul, and just something, man. Give us something. But at the end of the day, it's not terrible. At least you're looking forward to something. So I am happy with that. The first match of the show, before the first match, Kathy Kelly interviews Motor City Machine Guns. She asked if they're recovered from the TLC match, and they said they have took a lasting beating, but if they would need to get the tag titles back, they gotta crawl straight to the top, and basically that's what happened. But the first match, the Motor City Machine Guns loses to MFT, aka JC Mateo and Tala Tonga, I believe. So I have no problem with that, whatever. Then MFT, it also goes, in Montreal, take a look what Grayson's look like. You are looking to soon be tag champs. You're looking at the most dominant champion. It's a shame because I'm all dressed up. I'm in my gear. I'm ready for a fight. I feel good in Montreal, but nobody's gonna be there to fight me. So I'll tell you this: me and MFT, we're gonna leave this crappy city because it's the last place I want to wrestle. Let's leave, boys. Let's celebrate. You know, you would think like this would lead to maybe. I thought like Solo, that Jacob Fatu was gonna show up or whatever. You know, like that would have been repetitive, whatever. I mean, but at least like it is like at least Jacob Fatu looks strong. It would have been cool to see something like maybe I don't know something like a U.S. title match eventually. But whatever. So what happened? Nick Aldis says, since you're out here running your mouth, wanting for a fight, how about we have somebody from Montreal, Canada? And it was Sami Zayn. Yeah, Sami Zayn from. So like how does this make some sense? Like Sami Zayn, he's from freaking Raw, and then like okay, we're just gonna have him for a pop. So again, it's all fucking pop bullshit. Why Sami and great, like we're continuing the whole bloodline feud type of deal, and Sami Zayn in the second match defeated Solo Sikoa. I didn't care for the match. And eventually Solo, because of distraction, loses with a roll up. I don't know. I don't know what to really say. I didn't really care for this match, but I mean, this was what are we gonna get? You would think that maybe this this should have been a U.S. title match or whatever. I don't know. I thought that's what they could have done, but whatever. Then we see Alexa Bliss and Charlotte. They're talking to each other or whatever, like. Oh, your birthday's coming up. I have something special for you. Like, why didn't you do that? And I don't want. What you really? I don't think it will work out. But then as they convince, there's going to be a celebration. There was a wide it's like, we prove that we are family more than everybody, and we will make you all scared. You all should be scared that because we are only true family or whatever. Then they also had like a video recap of the ESPN WWE partnership. Apparently there were boos during this. And DIY in the backstage are like talking to DIY. I don't know. They were antagonizing the Street Profits for losing and getting Candice hurt, but then whatever, they all argue, and then Nick Aldis like, I thought this TLC match was settled, but looks like I'm wrong. So you guys will have a match next week. And great, it's gonna be another match that they have. Like it's just no stipulation type of deal. I mean, I understand like they're all banged up. Like maybe I don't know, maybe like some stipulation match would make sense, and also just, kind of shut them up too, right? I don't know, that's what I'm guessing. Like something like maybe no DQ, something, tornado tag, something, Like it doesn't need to be the same fucking match, for God's sakes. It's the same fucking. But again, just making matches bullshit too. But then we get the Alexa Bliss Charlotte segment to celebrate Alexa Bliss's birthday or whatever. Which, happy birthday to her. Charlotte's like, Montreal, Lexi, your birthday falls the same day as our child celebration. I couldn't make this all about me. So apparently this was a celebration, not just her birthday celebration. It's like, birthday cake, your own name. And then Charlotte's like, no, your name is not here. It's just a congratulations, Charlotte, and whatever. And look, we're not friends, t-shirt, and yeah, we match. Isn't that cute? And then, so this is basically a failed version of This Is Your Life. Let's just say that. This is This Is Your Life failure type of segment, okay? I don't know, this was just, every time WWE tries to do This Is Your Life, it's a fucking failure. You're lucky that segment was a genius, for God's sakes. Like, this is just a fucking massive failure. Then Charlotte unveils she has her own doll because based on what happened. So get it, you gifted me your doll back in like when we had our shitty match years ago. Now we're gonna have, let's have another doll called Charlie. I know you like Charlie. You know, we're tag partners, not friends. They're not friends, but it shouldn't be. See, I knew he's bad. I appreciate it. And there's like a Charlie chant, like, I don't know. These fans are Pavlovian retards. You may hug the queen, and they do a hug, and then Chelsea Green show up. I don't know, Chelsea Green shows like, well, look at me. I'm a proud Canadian, but I see you guys cheering for these substitute American-born weirdos. No, you guys wanted me to make me wanted to turn in my passport, but then again, girls, we're in Montreal, and judging love of the Habs, I don't see champions often. Charlotte Alexa, I don't know what you guys talking about pandering with the tacky, parading your tacky little dolls over there, celebrating only God knows what. We are in the country, we should be celebrating my hometown. And then Charlotte says, you know what, Lexi, I got one more gift. He's kicking Chelsea's ass tonight. How is that a gif? I mean, whatever. And like, oh no, we're busy. And then this match is made. And then Charlotte defeated Chelsea Green. The cake gets destroyed type of deal. Which whatever. But like the problem, this match was long, and it's like, who fucking cares? Whatever. Chelsea Green's good for boobery, right? But, you know, whatever. He just looks, I don't know. And then they eat the best of cake or whatever. Carmelo Hayes backstage looking for Nick Aldis, but the Miz show up, and then, like, Miz and Miller are back together or whatever. Like, I don't fucking care. I don't know, Melo wants the spotlight, but then Miz tell Melo, like, we need shot tag titles, man, because Melo don't miss, man. It's like, who fucking cares? Backstage, we saw, what's her name? Tiffany Stratton. She gets interviewed, like, how, you know, she basically, she was been champion 260 days. She's kept defending her title, defended it. And, Tiffany Stratton, what's her name? Jade Cargill gets involved. Says, you know, you should be grateful that Bottom Rope was there. But next time, the story will be different. And you won't be remaining champion for too long. Then Kiana James introduced herself to Jade, gives her like, hey, I'm a representative and blah blah blah. If you want a business card, here it is, and whatever. But then, what's her name? Fucking my chin, me chin, your chin, everybody's chin. Says, shakes the business card like, I want that representative so she can help me the U.S. title, blah blah blah. And I just like don't care. Like, what is this? Like, who the fuck cares? What is this? Before this, we see an Aleister Black promo. Aleister Black is like saying, like, you know, I'm not evil. Apparently, you guys think I'm evil, but I'm not evil. The difference is, like, you know, it's your conventions. You guys peer for me when he was planning to put me to a table. I'm not an evil kind of guy. No, I'm on your head. When someone pushes you, you push back, and when someone pushes me, I push them off the cliff. I will stand in the edge of the cliff to hear a smack, and if that's what makes people consider you the scapegoat, so be it. It's like, I don't care, whatever. It's like Aleister Black, get it, I'm not the evil guy, and I don't know, just fights, actually, whatever, it is what it is. We then see John Cena and run into R-Truth. They're backstage, and they mimic each other. They do like some sort of like they're like mimicking act, and then and then Ron's like, "You're back! You're really back! Oh, she dog!" You know, he hugs him and whatever. Then I knew you'd be back, man. But then Justin, yeah, I'm back. You know, it's been a crazy 5 months. You know, you changed your hair. You were mean to people. Remember you made that kiss Brussels cry and wanted to ruin wrestling. I mean, did you really think that was gonna work? I'm glad you're back. So basically, like, making it seem like what R-Truth did it. And it's like, and then so you totally flipped the script on Truth, and Truth was like dumbfounded. So it's kind of funny. It just is also a darn shame though. Like, R-Truth is like R-Truth is like, well, this is what R-Truth is doing after his like return or whatever. Like, really, R-Truth is like doing nothing. Like, if anything, won't it make sense that R-Truth maybe, like, has an issue with John Cena for, like, they could make up a story that, hey, you know, John Cena secretly wanted him gone while he's a heel, and he will not forgive him for that. Like, why don't we do something like that? You know, they just kind of blew it off, and now, like, R-Truth is just doing fucking nothing. Like, really, what are we doing here? Like, this whole heel turn should not have happened. It's just a fucking joke. Anyways, the main event. We had, you know, their entrances, and we did have a little match. It was not a long match, which is not a problem, You know, it's not a problem. Like, matches back in the day were not too long, and it just served a purpose. I'm happy with this, actually. But it's just like, wow, like, really a DQ, which I have no problem with. It's just like, why did they just do a DQ anyway? And, which I guess it works out for the timing. So Logan Paul and Drew McIntyre got disqualified against John Cena and Logan Paul. During the match, Cody Rhodes started the match and got beaten up, but then tagged Cena. Cena did his 5 new moves. Drew McIntyre stopped Logan Paul getting pinned, but then Logan Paul low blowed Cena. He was about to they were about to attack Cena, but then Cody Rhodes stops them from hurting Cena more. But then Cena Paul brawled back to the backstage. Eventually, you see Cody Rhodes. He cleared the announce table for whatever reason, but then eventually McIntyre hits him with a belt and claymored him into the announce table. I will say I like this. I like, this little thing. And I think McIntyre, is probably the best challenger next for Cody Rhodes. It's just like, obviously, I do kind of hope that McIntyre is treated well, and there's gotta be a reason, way to make them both look good in their little feud. And then McIntyre's like, I told you. He was like, when he held the title, he was like, he was having thoughts of how every time his shortcomings and all that. And then eventually, he has Cody Rhodes where he wants him, and it's gonna lead to them having their little feud, which not bad. Hopefully I honestly, I do hope they have a little feud where they have nice feud where why not have McIntyre wins the title from Cody for a little bit and then lose it back eventually, or whatever they can do. Have a little nice little feud, trade from I would have no problem with that, because I do think McIntyre kind of deserves it. Have a nice little nice main event run. With Cody. Yeah, other than that, but regardless, aside from Cena on the show, this show would have been a disaster without Cena, and even with the contributions of Cody and Paul and McIntyre, and even with that R-Truth thing, even though it's just a sad thing what R-Truth is now, the show it sucked as a whole, man. It really sucked. This show would have sucked major blows if they were not there. Count their blessings. At least they have Cena to run off things, But Mao, the fact that Lesnar was not there though also just doesn't help. So the show was not good. Very boring show. Aside from Cena, if Cena was not there, the show would have sucked hard. I'm not saying the show did not suck, but it definitely it would have sucked more. So you only had I guess the first 30 minutes and the last 30 minutes of the show, which I guess the show wasn't completely the worst show I ever seen, but it still kind of sucked regardless. So it was a kind of sucky show, let's just say. Alright, till next time, peace. Yeah, bye.